Okay guys, I am going to transform a basic bookcase into a cute little cozy cottage for our hot cocoa bar. What I'm doing is I'm taking a piece of scrap plywood. This is 3/4 inch thick, just what I had on hand, and I'm cutting it down to 10 inches by 24 inches. This will overhang just a little bit when I set it on top of the bookcase. Just not too much. Just a little bit off the back. So then I need the sides. I'm just going to have an angled roof. So I cut a rectangle 10 inches by 14 inches, and then I am cutting it in half at the diagonal, as you can see right there. So those are the sides of my roof. And for the slanted roof, I'm using a piece of MDF, and I cut it at 18 inches by 26 inches. Now you can use anything. You don't have to use wood. You could use cardboard if you want. Now for the dormer, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I am just giving it a shot, and it's not perfect, but it worked out for what I made. And so I cut a piece of MDF 6 inches by 8 inches, and then I am just using that diagonal. I just kind of eyed it. And so you'll want to cut 2 of those, and that will be your dormer. Now the dormer front, I'll show you in a bit. I just used a piece of cardboard. It just was easier, more forgiving, and I wanted it inset a little bit. And so once I cut the cardboard, I just folded it, you'll see. So that's it for my scrap wood. And at this point, I decided to use clamps. I just used Elmer's glue. I was all out of wood glue. But hey, Elmer's glue worked out, and so you just add a bead onto one side, line it up, wipe off any extra glue, and then clamp it. I'm also gluing the dormer together and clamping it, getting it set up, and you can see a piece sticks out. My husband said, "Oh, you should have cut those at 45 and put them together," and I said, "Yes, I know, but it's a quick project. I'm not that worried about perfection at this point." So I just glued that as well. Now once it's dry, you can go ahead and add your brad nails. You could do screws, but I just wanted to pop in a few brad nails, get them in there. Make sure you go straight on so they don't curve out. Watch your fingers. Now for the front, I wanted to add wood glue as well. I didn't wait a whole day for it to dry. You can if you want. Just kind of centered on there. I didn't measure. I just kind of eyed it, shifted it. But this part, because there is overhang on the roof, I did use my ruler because I wanted to make sure that I was nailing in the right spots. So that's what I'm doing. I'm holding it behind, finding out where the board is, and then I went ahead and did it again on the other side. I think I only put about 4 nails in. It's just holding MDF to the plywood, and it's all resting on a base, so it was very secure. Now, as I mentioned before, here is the piece of cardboard. It's pretty thick cardboard. I just drew my line, cut it, and now I'm marking where I want it inset. And I'm just going to use these little they're like cake pop sticks, just glue gun them on there, as you'll see. And that is how I keep my little piece of cardboard secure for the dormer. I wanted a window, but it was a pretty small piece, and I didn't want to cut it and make it look silly. So I just stuck a wreath on it, and it looks cute. So those simple sticks, as you can see, those just keep it in set just a little bit, and it will be easy to attach once it's on. Next up, I just used these dollhouse shingles. Now this is kind of overkill, but I really wanted it to be cute. You can draw them on, you can, I don't know, find paper with shingles. I'm not sure, but these shingles were inexpensive at Hobby Lobby. And by the time I got to the top, you can see I can just break it off. So really easy to install. For the dormer, I used E6000 glue, let it dry overnight, and made sure it was centered and all that. And now you can see I'm setting up the dormer. I painted it. I also painted the sides of the little cottage roof, but I'm just using a low temp. If you use high temp and it squeezes out and burns your finger, it's not fun. So as you can see, I'm just pressing it on there, getting it nice and secure. The bottom part it's folded, so it's nicely inset. Now here is the backing of my basic bookcase, and I bought this cute wrapping paper from Target. I liked the stripes. I thought it was just kind of a nice subtle pattern for the backdrop of the bookcase. Now when you use spray adhesive, the wind kind of sucks, but what was I going to do? So you want to spray both surfaces. So as you can see, I sprayed the backing and then I'm also spraying the paper, which means you two hands would have been nice, but it worked out. So I just smooth it all on there, get out any wrinkles. It's repositionable for a little bit, and then I'm just using a utility knife to cut off all the edges. Now the top of this backing has a little notch, and I'm not good at eyeing things, and so I just found a piece of cardboard to give me that straight edge and then trimmed off the paper for the top. Now I didn't wait for the adhesive to totally dry. It's just the back of the bookcase, and it comes with nails, and you can smell it for a little bit and then it fades away, and that's how I knew that it was dry and ready to go. So here I'm setting it up across from the dining room on our little drop leaf table, and I already knew where I wanted the shelves because of the height of our hot cocoa fixings. Now this little cute scalloped piece is from Hobby Lobby. It was $3. I grabbed 3 of them, and it's not necessary, but man, it's such a cute little touch, and I just used white paint, and it's a close enough match to the bookcase. So here is the final reveal. I added some alpine trees and that cute little wreath on there, and it just turned out really just fun and festive, kind of like a Candyland type look, but it has everything we need. There's even a hot water kettle sitting over there on the right. As you can see, it hangs off a little bit of the back, and I'm just showing some close-ups of all the little details. It's such a fun little hot cocoa cottage to have. The roof is still my favorite thing. I just love the look of it. So if you like this and you like fun, easy ideas, please subscribe and like and leave me a comment. How would you make your hot cocoa cottage different? Any tips for me on woodworking? I'll take them, definitely. So thanks, guys. Have a Merry Christmas.